Hey, Doc, what would you do if you met a real-life alien?
I don't know. I'd be scared in the mouth. First, it depends on what the f*** you look like. If you look like...
What if you met a gray alien?
Tall gray.
Tall, like goofy looking at gray?
Yeah, like lanky.
Oh, man, I'd probably be... I don't know. If you introduced him to me, I'd be like, hey, babe. But if he just like in my bedroom at my headboard, like, you know what I mean?
Like if he popped up somewhere?
Hell
like,
yeah. Like just, can you imagine that? You just go to yawn and that just, you know what I mean? He's right there.
Well, what if he was behind you?
What do you mean? Hey, man.
Yeah!
Hi, welcome back to SOS VHS. We have Doc and Pete and myself here on the island as usual. We're here to discuss Independence Day starring Bill Pullman, Will Smith, Harry Connick Jr., Jeff Goldblum, his Jewish dad, and plenty of others. This is a summer blockbuster for the ages. Welcome to SOS VHS.
Why Jewish dad? Because
his name is Judd Hirsch.
Oh, yeah.
he's just Jewish
Too many
dad.
Jewish Judds. I only have room for one in my head.
Got it.
Right.
Apatow.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
You've met your quota of Judds.
Yeah, that's it. I don't want to know more than one Judd. That's insane. On this earth, one.
One Judd is enough.
Yeah, if there's a second, it's like, dude,
as a first name or last name? Because you got Ashley and Naomi and...
As a first name, because if I was like friends with the Judds and going to like Kentucky games with them and stuff, like that'd be fine.
Okay.
She's like a big Wildcats fan.
Okay.
So this movie was released actually July 2nd, exactly when this movie starts. Mm-hmm. It was in theaters July 2nd, 1996, which is great because we're releasing this on July 2nd.
I'm 9 years old.
Oh, yeah.
9 years old. Did you see it in theaters?
I saw it in theaters, yeah, in H-Town.
Oh, hell yeah.
I remember when the black
1996.
people were playing basketball in it, my mom said, that's Houston. I went, really? And I was like, like looking back, I'm like, that's like a New York scene, Mom. Like, why would you say that? Like, just trying to include like me in it. Like, oh, they have it in there too. Don't worry.
Do you really?
I remember. Yeah, I'm not joking. That was like a core memory of mine was when they're playing basketball and like the aliens are getting there and causing a shadow over New York. My mom's like, that's Houston. I mean, maybe she was making a joke to herself or something, but
Right. And it's just and one. Professor!
yeah.
Well, actually, he's a white guy. I don't know why I said
but, like,
professor.
Yeah, they were just playing hoop.
Escalade!
But I love this fucking movie. I watched it last night again. I like the build up. Like, I like the first like 30 minutes. Like, I love disaster movies right as the disaster is like kind of starting to happen. Like the chaos of the evening. It's kind of fun. Like, we're all in it
before
together.
the storm and then
Yeah, because
It's like hurricanes. Like, I grew up around hurricanes, so like the night the hurricane would come in, it's like, oh, we're all in this together.
Wait. In Houston?
Yeah. There's a hurricane season, late summer into football season.
Yeah, but that's not...
No, I mean, they're real. Like,
I mean, I know they're real, but it's not like
no, it's bad.
category...
Yeah, they're really
type in
bad.
Houston?
Yeah, they're more like category 3. They'll hit the because it's the same ones that hit New Orleans, like Katrina.
Okay,
like hits New Orleans. It's just like
you're right. Across. Okay,
it's just right under that.
It just softens. It's like it's not a hard-on hit.
So huge.
Yeah, but Houston's only like 20 miles from the ocean.
That's right. You're right about that.
It would be like if
I'm getting them mixed up because San Antonio's the one that's up further. Right?
Exactly.
Okay, yeah.
It's like if Houston started like downtown LA. Like there would just be like this gap of like nonsense and wetlands, but like it's not that far.
Houston is a fucking gigantic ass city.
Second largest in America.
This motherfucker, you just be driving and driving and driving. I was like, God damn, we still in the fucking city? That's a fucking city.
It's like Mecca for black people.
Is it?
In the NBA.
You okay? Yeah.
Yeah, like in terms of like cities where they know the players want to play, like they don't want to play for the Jazz or like the Spurs usually, unless they want to play for like Popovich there. But I know like Houston, Atlanta, they're like top destinations for black players because it's just such a poppin' community.
Also, great rap community.
Exactly.
Bun B, UGK,
Yeah.
Pimp
Rap a
C,
lot.
Slim Thug.
I like it though. It's like all the cities that like the hipster types, like the people that are into like Portland and Austin, Like they like completely like have no idea that it's all about like H-Town, Atlanta,
Oh yeah.
like NYC.
Ghetto Boys, Scarface.
So fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man, playing tricks on me.
Yeah. Yes.
That's what I
Hell
would
yeah.
think. If I saw an alien, my mind would be playing tricks on me.
You think so?
Yeah, I really would.
Fuck.
Because it would be so not that they don't exist, but unlikely that I would meet one that I'd be like, what's going on? I'd be like Chris Tucker in Friday. With the
I know what you mean, because it'd be just so surreal. It's like, I think everybody wants proof at some point. Right? Because like we're getting little glimpses of we're getting, we have, military officials, we have, ordinary citizens coming out. I've seen things, but we want to see with our own eyes. Like, would you believe it or would you be Ghetto
Trump
Boys?
talked about it on Impulsive.
He did?
Yeah. When I watched it, they were talking about aliens for like a good 10 minutes. And he was like, look, it's not super my thing, but I've asked a lot of people because so many people ask me. And he's like, look, I've talked to these pilots. And he was like, they're beautiful pilots. They're very tall. They look like Tom Cruise. I was like, that's so funny. But he was saying, I've talked to these pilots and they're telling me that they're seeing things that go way faster than them in the air. Like they have like sightings and all that. And I'm like, well, like, isn't it illegal to lie to your president anyway? Like there are Air Force people and military who have seen stuff like that. So who am I to say that they're lying? I'm not going to call them liars.
But there's too many people saying this.
Oh, I know.
You know what I mean?
Doc is someone who's introduced me to this stuff. Like, why would I not believe them? Like, there's no incentive to lie is what I'm saying. It's not like they're making money off of it.
That's my only reason. The military is my only incentive for really getting involved with it. Because that's our last line of defense.
Yeah.
So for people, when people don't say they don't believe the military, I'm like, you old disrespectful motherfucker. You taking like abuse of your freedom. Like if your military comes to you and open-heartedly, without straight faces, telling you, hey man, we encountering this in the skies and
they've been doing that
happen. Yeah. So you for you not to want to believe them, it's dumb.
That's cool.
Did you
That's
like?
cool. It's like I never thought of that, like that disrespect to like, oh, that is true. The American military, without it, like we'd be so fucked.
And we're like number one in the world. Number one or number two. So
by like a long shot. Yeah, like we're number 1, 2, and 3.
As soon as they said there's vehicles out maneuvering our vehicles, I was like, God damn.
Yeah, Doc, did you like? I definitely get. I like to refer to you with aliens because you're deep dive into it and have a lot of knowledge about it. But I definitely when I was watching the movie, saw how quickly the military got involved. And this is what you were saying. It's like military, like this is a military thing. Like if aliens are here, whatever, it's handled by the military, not by like some scientist nerd or whatever.
No nerds, no FBI, no CIA. They don't have CIA more so probably involved intelligence wise, but even then, military got all that on lock. So I really want to know, do they got it handled? Because if our generals can't handle it, then it's fucking.
I don't think they
like
do.
How that movie. That was giving you kind of like a little myself when I was watching it again, giving me a little bit of anxiety, them not being able to defend, and then I'm like, fuck. This is like,
I don't think they would be able to defend us.
No, they couldn't. I mean, if you hear like, even when they're flying in the jets. And they first start shooting at the big ship. Is that the mothership? Was it, or is that just one of the ships that attacked?
I think that was a big mothership first. Yeah,
that was the mothership.
So when they start shooting at that, and then they hit it with the missiles, right?
Yeah, they're just doing Kill Tony.
Oh yeah.
An alien version.
Jeff Goldblum, you're up.
An uninterrupted minute for Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
Okay.
David Lucas is in there.
Dude. Yeah.
A horrible situation.
But I really love the way this movie starts, right? Where it's like a space, like we start on the moon and there's a shadow coming over the moon, this impending doom heading towards Earth.
So many movies copied that after the moon, like as the beginning with something weird happening on the moon. Like,
yeah.
I feel like that movie, There's some like really bad space movie, like Apollo 14 or something. I don't know.
Oh, something where it was like Apollo, but it's Apollo mission, but an alien.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of.
Yeah,
but I like. I mean, it just starts like hilarious, like.
And steady.
Speaking on Doom, you said Doom. That was going to be like the original name. It was going to be called like Doomsday or some shit like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then they changed it to that.
Independence
Day. Yeah.
What an incredible title.
Yeah,
That was going to be the name. I said, what the fuck?
Yeah, and it's a great, like, because it really is this like, hey, we're fighting for freedom.
Yeah.
Sort of a theme throughout. But I just the intro really hooks you because. Starts with that, and then SETI, right, getting a signal, and then Jeff Goldblum.
So he works at Spectrum, basically. Like, I forgot that his dad makes fun of him because he's not living up to his potential.
Right, he's an MIT grad,
which I think is kind of rude. It's like just let the guy be, like, have his life. But like anyway, I guess that's what dads do. But looking back, I'm like, when he's at the office. I'm like, oh, that's the cable company. Like in my head, it was like an important place, but I was like, oh, it's just like, with Harvey
Fierstein, who plays the guy that talks like this.
I know.
I love him in Mrs. Doubtfire.
I know. I want to see the musical, by the way. Glassman posted with Adam Ray.
The Mrs. Doubtfire musical. I do too.
I forgot about it. Yeah, we should review that.
Where Robin Williams goes up to Harvey Fierstein, who is like, I want to be a woman. And he's like, I'm so happy. I love that line.
That's gonna be you and me one day, Pete.
Yeah, make me a woman. I'm so happy. But his voice is iconic.
Yeah,
it's great. You instantly like, okay, I know who that guy is.
So 90s too, and like I said, I love like. The rush of like, oh, this is like everyone's in this bad night together. Everyone's in traffic. Like they're driving to Washington and they're like the only people driving that way, which is funny. Like, I love the idea that it's a disaster and like, oh my God, your ex-wife is involved and your dad.
Yeah.
Like, what a bad night. Like you're driving with your dad and he's driving because you're on some computer going like, oh, I got to relay the signal, from like the Time Warner, satellite. And like whatever it was, and it was probably Sprint or something. And then he gets there and he's like has a deal with his ex-wife. Like it's so funny that he could like kind of like troll her. Like she's like, I don't want to deal with you, but she can't block him. There's no social media. So he's like, oh, watch this. And he puts something on his car and he's like, look out the window. Like it's kind of creepy that he's doing it.
And that's all set up pretty expositionally, right? Where he's having that chess match with his dad, right? It was like, oh, you're still 3 years, you're still wearing your wedding ring, right?
Yeah.
And checkmate, like, okay, he's smart. There is that like setting up of
Why would he wear it after 3 years though?
I don't know.
I didn't wear mine on day one. I put it in my backpack and then I lost it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What?
You lost your wedding ring?
Yeah, when I got divorced.
When I was about to say, God.
While you were married.
No, when I got divorced, I put it in my backpack, and then I just like never found it again.
That was the universe.
Yeah.
Thank you. I like it. There were some shoes she bought me too. I threw them in the dumpster. You know what's funny is I bought them. Again, I went, I'll get the newer. I'll get them on my own.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, his father going in on him reminds me, it was like giving me flashbacks because my stepdad, or y'all probably don't know, but I was originally going to school for computer science and engineering. Mm-hmm. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No.
Matter of fact, you know what? Let me see if I got this.
Wow, I didn't know that. But I guess that makes sense. I
follow one of the physicists. And I sent him a message showing him that I took the same Fortran and Cobalt classes in the beginning of my college years because I was going to go that way. But anyway, we can go on that. I'll show you.
I mean, I took one course. That shit's hard as fuck.
It was easy
for me because it's easier for you. I mean, it's a language, right? Of like I was like, man, I don't know any of that, man.
Well, that was the thing. I just dropped out because I just stopped going because I was at that time I was going through a depression and stuff like that, and I just didn't know what I really wanted to do, and I was bored. And so when my mom met my stepdad and they got married, he used to always get on me about that. Like, how do you get those kind of? Do you know how many people don't know? And I'm like, shut up, motherfucker! I don't want to be a goddamn engineer or a goddamn scientist anymore. I just want to fuck it. And sometimes I still. That's why I get back. That's why I read it. Getting back more into it now, like especially when my mother died, because I really like enjoy just not like being the idea of being intelligent, but just enjoy just learning the knowledge of science and
I
different.
think you need it in Hollywood.
Yeah.
I think you need like the craving of like learning. We don't learn anything here, like the substantial. There's just no appetite for like wanting to better yourself. So you like going back to that is probably your brain just wanting like nourishment or something, wanting to like feel like you're like, I don't know, just expanding your brain. Like our brains don't expand in Hollywood. You know what I mean?
It also shows that we're more than just one thing, right? Like you want to be a comedian, right? You want to
Exactly.
read about science and technology and extraterrestrial. Like we're more than just, hey, I'm this, right? We're more complex of that. Not as complex as aliens that can have telepathy and communicate and be all in sync, right? To coordinate an attack. But this movie definitely.
Why were they going over like cities? That's what I didn't understand.
I think it was kind of like them swinging dick.
His name is Hakeem Olaseyi.
His name is Hakeem.
Yeah. Well, he changed it. His name was James.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, but so he
became Muslim or something?
I showed him that I had Cobalt 1 and 2, and then I had
Damn, dog.
good information, science, tech, and all that. Yeah, I took all that, bro. But yeah, man. So like,
So you could have been Jeff Goldblum. I found this code.
Man, we got to just give him a call.
I would have been Harvey Fierstein. David. Look at the news. That voice, man. I love that voice. But he's this like, Jeff Goldblum's character, David, he's not living up to his potential. He's a smart guy, right? And here comes his opportunity to perform. Like I found this,
world.
right? Yeah. I found this code that they're using, and it's his moment, right? We all have our moment.
And the worst part, the president is like a guy he used to fight.
The president's fucking his wife, right? It feels that way, right?
No,
like
that
Bill
is
Pullman,
the case.
It feels like he's like that's his side piece, right?
Yeah, it was. That energy they had, it was like they fucking a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, it was weird.
Yeah.
Isn't that why they got in the fight? Like back in the day was over her? That's what I thought it was.
He like punched him or something.
Yeah, you punched the president? He wasn't the president then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was over her.
Something.
Yeah, so why is his wife in L.A.? The first lady, remember? She's in L.A.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So that was what was weird to me is that there's this like, hey, he's on the phone with his wife. He's got his daughter. It almost seems like why is there this distance? And then he has this woman that's there and so attentive to him and is like, this is the 90s too.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like a Clinton style.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what
cigars are involved in this movie, right?
Homage.
Oh, okay.
Homage to the Monica Lewinsky's.
The blue dress, where is it? Yeah.
Maybe if we look closely, like in Air Force One, they're like, Mr. Epstein, this way. Like he's in the back. Right this way, sir.
No.
Oh, that would have been fine.
Yeah. He's the Secretary of State.
Yeah. Well, you know what's even would have fucked that movie up now is because originally that was supposed to be Kevin Spacey.
Oh shit, I didn't know
president.
that.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it would have fucked the whole thing.
Frank Underwood, huh?
Yeah, he would have been like trying to slither along with the aliens or something.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And speaking on the alien scene, the alien itself, they fucking use KY jelly for the fucking alien. That's real KY jelly all over. Yeah.
God.
Such a weird ass fact, but it's
That's why Kevin Spacey was banned from set.
Yeah.
They would have been in the back. They would have hearing that. What is that noise behind?
We're out of KY.
Somebody stirring macaroni and cheese. What is going on? It's like 10 minutes now.
Yeah, the powders make sense. Fuck.
Fucking
Stirring macaroni and cheese is such the dog. That's fucking so funny. Carlos, let me do you a little favor here. Here you go, Carlos. All trimmed up, man.
Feeling good, dude.
Yeah.
I feel like Chet Hanks after posting on Instagram that it's white boy summer.
Wait, he did that?
Yeah. It's smooth sack summer, too.
Get those boys cleaned up. The Manscaped Performance Package 5.0 has Ultra has everything you need. It's got 2 interchangeable next-gen skin-safe blade heads, a standard one for taking a little off the top, and a new foil blade to go smooth wherever your heart desires.
Yeah, a little off the top. That's what we want to hear.
Yeah, because you can trim or you can do Do it all.
Did you hear about it, that inside this package, you'll find the star of the show, the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra.
You got the nose trimmer. You got of course, the pube trimmer. Beautiful.
Yeah. Show the camera.
Ball deodorant. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this. Ball deodorant right here. And
What
then
a
you've
cool
got
package.
Check this out. You got aftershave.
Oh,
Dude, that's genius.
I love that it gives you boxers too.
Check them out. You want them?
Wait, I can. Oh, whoa! These are nice. Oh man, these are really cool, and they have like an emblem on there, like I'm like putting boxers on in Harry Potter.
They're silky. You know, it's like for sexy time.
Get 20% off plus free shipping with code SOSVHS at manscaped.com.
That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code SOSVHS at manscaped.com. It's smooth sex, summer boys. Get on board or get left behind. Summertime and the trimming's easy.
I like Harry Connick Jr. a lot in this movie too.
I do, yeah.
I always thought he was really funny as like Harry Connick Jr.
Oh yeah.
I thought he was great in it. Like,
Oh, yeah.
He's just like the funniest like side guy for Will Smith and stuff. I was always like, that's the character.
The one that plays.
I never relate to the stars of movies. I'm always like, who's like the funny guy?
He's the one that plays. That's Jimmy.
That's his name.
Right, his military buddy. That gets killed.
Yeah. His
Right, which it feels almost homoerotic, like between him and Will Smith.
No, that's just brotherly.
Oh, when he was at the butt cheeks.
At the butt cheeks, I'm like, are you gonna like toss Will Smith salad here or what?
I would do that. That would just be funny.
That scene
tongue wrestle real quick.
Yeah, that scene had me like, oh
Gotcha.
my God, this
But even in
thing.
the air, I would be out of control. I'd be like, I'm behind you.
Yeah.
I would come up right under and it'd be like, oh, this is like I'm on your like dick or something.
Creepy.
They'd be like, dude, get away from get away from my jet. I need one of those force fields from the air.
You gotta stop fucking around here. We have an alien invasion. And he does that thing where he goes, hold me. Which is like, I was like, what is
They're just being goofy.
I'm being goofy, but it seemed
That's
like
what I would do.
That was weird.
Yeah. It just seemed like military people wouldn't do that, especially during like a conference where they're learning about.
Yeah, I guess they'd be a little more concerned.
Oh, especially in the tragedy that was taking place like that, they probably would have got their asses.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I feel like during like if I was in the military on like 9/11 and like shit's going down, like everyone's stressed out. If you're in the military on that day, it's like you're getting calls. I think I would have cracked some jokes. You have to.
try to
On
break
that
the ice.
day?
Yes.
On 9/11?
have to make-
9/11.
That's
You
pretty
have
much
to make
9/11.
jokes.
All them people was getting murdered everywhere.
No, I think, but if you're on the cleanup crew, not like the bodies, but like killing motherfuckers, I think you have to be funny. Like if you're on your way to Afghanistan, you got to crack jokes. You got to be like, oh God, this gonna fucking suck.
Okay, to ease the tension.
Yes, 1,000,000%.
You know what? My grandfather would tell me when he fought in Guadalcanal in World War II that he would be like making jokes. Like he was a sergeant.
Yeah.
He would just be like, a lot of it was racist stuff towards the Japanese. But but he's about to he might get killed or whatever, but he's making jokes and
I'm so glad we got the Japanese back. They're so cool and I love their food. I'm just so glad,
you know what? I am too.
I'm so glad we're not racist against them. I love them.
Because I also fear
Americans.
Or you. Maybe.
No, I'm not. No. I'm talking about like if we were like in the 40s, we'd be so mad at the Japanese right now. And I'm just so glad we're not there anymore because I love sushi and I love Tokyo and I just think they're awesome.
Yeah, and
Nintendo.
And also they're hardworking.
Mario.
They have great technology. Like you want the Japanese to be on your side for sure. Like
they got that anime. Get it.
Oh, they do. Oh, they got they got Miyazaki. The one.
One
oh
Piece.
my God, the manga.
Yeah, there wouldn't be One Piece. There'd be 1,000,000 scattered.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh God.
No, I'm just happy we're.
Yeah, I am too. But this is.
But there are some countries that we could go back.
But this ain't World War II. This ain't World War I. This is a fight against extraterrestrials. And the one thing about this movie where it feels like unbelievable is that we wouldn't really have any sort of chance against.
But we would fight.
We would fight, but there would be like.
But they found a chance. I think that's like the whole point of the movie. It's like, it's that one time where we kind of have an idea of how to do it.
But my problem is like there was a countdown. They were like, they're syncing up and there's a countdown. And it was almost like a reason for the humans to react, like a movie thing so that like, oh, hey, there's
Reducing
tension
in size.
building.
I didn't understand how he figured out there was a countdown and why the alien countdown was streaming to his computer, like that he could show it anywhere.
Remember, he's like, there's all
But
these
it's also like an alien kind of numbers. Like, it's like,
well, it's binary. Wasn't he have a page full of binary? It was ones and zeros. Like, look at this code.
oh, I thought on the computer it was kind of like it was kind of like alien like. I could be wrong.
No, he like prints out a page. Remember, he's like,
Oh, maybe I'm
he's
thinking
going
of
up to the guy that his coworker. And he's like, look, I got this signal, whatever. And he's like, no, look at, pay attention to the news. And it was like binary.
Doesn't he have a computer that he shows people with a countdown?
Yeah. So why was he printing out binary?
I don't know. They're also like
No wonder he's working there and not.
yeah, dude. You need to
Well,
go
I
back
mean,
to
he's-
Spectrum.
Well, the thing is they knock out all the satellite systems, period.
Yeah,
so
because
he gets the signal because of that.
Are they like okay? Are they just like bumping into them? Like,
Or they use this all the satellite systems,
but
period.
as the aliens are coming in, are they just like destroying all the satellites in the way, and that's how it's happening?
Well, one of them,
the one of them runs into him.
Oh, okay.
That was the only one, but I think outside
In reality,
of that,
a bunch would get hit.
right,
Like
right.
if that happened today, like so many would get hit.
But it's so funny that they left some up so that we could see all the news programming and
yeah,
stuff like
that's like, oh, you just disrupted, but we can still see.
But they can all communicate with each other still and call and
yeah,
and that's the
Nickelodeon's
thing that
still
I didn't
on.
like
You're
either.
What the fuck?
I was like, yeah, that's what I ain't like.
Yeah, so there are some devices set up for the movie to progress forward, the
course.
humans to have a chance. But definitely, I love all the actors: Jeff Goldblum, Bill Pullman,
Randy
greatest
Quaid, we haven't talked about yet.
Randy Quaid as in it, and Will Smith. This movie made his career. Like this movie made his career. It was such a box office success. I was like, Will Smith was a star overnight after
He's
this.
so great in it too.
You know, a movie star, not a. I mean, he's a TV star, but after this, it was like, dude, he's so charismatic in this movie.
Yeah, I loved him in it. He had a stripper girlfriend, a baby. The kid was cute.
I have a question for you guys. Would you
Yes.
ever?
Yes.
You would marry a stripper?
Oh.
Oh, that's rough. That's
I
rough.
would.
Yeah.
I got a couple that I
No
had.
judgment.
If I
you know?
like was in love, yeah.
Yeah.
That's where
You know,
I'm at. Like I'm not, recommending it to everyone.
You know the one bit that I do, the story I do on stage about kissing the butt liquor, that was a stripper.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, that was a stripper.
Oh no.
I gotta tell you,
but I didn't know. It's a long story.
I really like. There's a stripper in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
She was like a Bad Friends fan, and we were messaging. She was really hot, and she like couldn't make it to the show when we were in Canada. So she was like, "Come to the club." And so I go to the. Do you know about this, Pete?
No.
Oh,
No,
and I went to the club, like after the show. Like I think it was in Canada, and like it was pretty cool. Like we like hung out, like we went to the VIP room, all that stuff. We just had a fun night. I have pictures. I'll send you.
All right.
This is more of a, this is not an SOS.
It better not be you like balls.
No,
deep,
no.
camera, like, hey.
No, I took pictures of her doing coke.
Oh wow, I'm cool.
You know what? I
To
actually
be funny, the show's the family.
I had a friend that went into the VIP room, and the first thing a stripper offered him was to do a line of coke off of her butthole.
Oh, hell.
And I was like, holy shit! That's what a start.
so weird. 'Cause
Well,
that,
I'll tell you this. Like the funny thing is like I think the trick is like, oh, let's do bad stuff as soon as we get in because that's the time where like the bodyguards won't come in to check. Like they're like, oh, they just got there. Like we won't like knock on the door to make sure everything's okay now.
is doing the line of coke a white stripper thing, female stripper thing?
I think
'Cause I don't
strippers
know,
just like coke.
Nah, black strippers, they ain't, not that I know of.
Really?
Black stripper, but maybe I ain't been around them enough to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
to be
I know a
like,
lot of black strippers. They like coke
okay.
and Dr. Pepper. And,
do you think Vivica A. Fox or what was her name, Jasmine or something? Do you think she was a little bit doing a little coke in that club?
in LA in the 90s, yes.
Yeah.
She was probably there with like Tobey Maguire and Leonardo DiCaprio. I liked her though in the movie. I thought she was really sweet.
I did too, and hot.
Yeah.
When she came in with her little red little cheeks flapping in the wind, I was like, okay, Vivica, I see you there.
Yeah, I see it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sound creepy as fuck.
I know we do this every time. Okay, we're men. It's okay. That's all right. That's all right.
All right, people.
I like when Will Smith is like stuck in the desert and he yells at the alien. I thought that was, but that's after like an epic like fight, like fighter pilot.
But that one punch, it was just that made me mad. That's
One punch.
Yeah, that fucking
it
pop,
goes
and then he
back
just
in.
knock him out. I'm just like, oh.
The aliens are wearing a suit, like an exoskeleton sort of thing
Yeah.
too. So how would that penetrate into? He's that
Give him a
strong.
concussion.
But you know that one line where he's like, "And what is that smell?"
Yeah.
They filmed that at the near the Salt Lake City, the salt area of Salt
really?
Lake City, and there's these brine shrimp that kind of like dry up on the salt bed there and give off this smell. So it's this decaying smell of shrimp, and he of brine, and he ad-libbed that line. Well, what is that smell? Because it smelled bad.
Oh wow!
I didn't know.
Not and they left it in the movie like, what's that smell of that alien that's like maybe decomposing in the sun or whatever. But it worked for the movie.
That's crazy. It's
And
in
he ad-libbed
Utah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, on the little salt bed there near the lake. But yeah, Will Smith was like, it just his presence on screen is like, he's just been a movie star for all this time. Like he's so natural at it that you're just like you're captivated by his presence on screen.
He had
right
that
away.
from day one of Parents Don't Understand. When he did that video on how clownish and how much fun and energy he had in that video,
Yeah.
that just transcended in everything he did from that point on. He had that from day one.
Super
Yeah.
charisma.
Here's a fun fact too about, when they went to Area 51. Area 51 actually wasn't publicly announced until like June of 2013.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We never knew about CIA publicly announced it in 2013, which is so crazy because I'm like, damn, they had this in the movie in '96. Bob Lazar.
It's like an open secret that they just didn't want to like.
Well, yeah, because remember, Bob Lazar is the very first person to go on talk about aliens.
His stuff is amazing.
Yeah, and he's the one who originally
Have you seen those?
exposed Area 51.
I know Bob Lazar, but
His stuff. Doesn't he have like a great movie on Netflix? Like that's like.
He's got a documentary.
He had one.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you'd seen it. They're incredible.
But check this out. The military was supposed to be involved in this movie just as a consult of like, because they have military officials.
Well,
but when
that's-
they found out that Area 51 was involved, they backed out.
well,
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
that's the thing for a lot of
Which is
Hollywood
like,
movies.
okay. We
The
see
military
you.
is usually involved in any movies with like fighter jets and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for propaganda purposes.
But
which
they have
is
a
like-
Hollywood budget.
Yeah, that's like, it's crazy. No one ever talks about that. But
Yeah.
like Top Gun and all those movies, it's like,
The government is heavily involved.
but that's insane. Like I've worked on movies and stuff, and like to imagine like government involvement is like, what are we in Russia? Like that's so
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's something Chinese.
I wonder
shit.
what made them use Area 51 for the movie. Like that idea and that concept.
Well, because it was so known before, like
they-
the military even like revealed that it existed.
like the conspiracy of it. And yeah.
I thought it was
Not
perfect.
then, not in the 90s. The military never.
That's what I'm saying is, but it was an open secret. Like even as a kid, I knew about Area 51.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was a cool part of the movie. Like, oh, we're
Yeah.
going to this place that like, like the government doesn't even talk about. I didn't think that then, so I didn't know if they had really revealed it or not. But like I knew what Area 51 was when they went in the movie.
And they have the spaceship there, which is actually a 65-foot wide model. That spaceship.
Whoa.
So there's a lot of miniatures and models like used. This movie
that would
has
be like CGI today, which would have sucked. It
and
looks so
it didn't
good.
exist. It didn't really exist then, so they had to use a lot of miniatures. This movie
Copy.
has the most miniatures out of any movie ever.
Oh, yeah?
Ever.
That's
It
not
holds the
true.
record.
I saw no.
What the fuck?
Not because I said miniatures.
I think that's what he said, Playboy.
Maybe Vivica Fox's son
Three black guys
was really a
standing up. Oh, never. Sorry. That's what you were gonna say.
One from Me, Myself, and Irene. I forget his name. God,
I can't say anything. But yeah,
Those are fly ass shoes, Doc.
oh, things.
Yeah, dude. Those are
shelter.
sick.
oh, I like those two. And the hat with the hat.
Yeah,
tight.
dude.
Damn,
Playboy,
dog.
we out here chilling.
Looking good, dude.
Hey, thank you, man.
Doc was like, "Oh, it's Alien Day."
Yeah. Here we go.
We go ahead and spruce up a little bit.
But yeah, that a bunch of miniatures. The White House was a 1/12 scale model that was used to blow up. There was like Empire. I think it was the Empire State. But there's all these miniatures used, so it feels like this real.
What was the fire? A lighter?
I mean, I don't know. But you know what I mean? Like it's really cool because the effects are like they hold up. They feels real. That White House explosion.
Yeah,
dude,
beautiful.
I was watching. I was like, oh shit, this is good. It's iconic.
Like they blew up the White House.
Yeah.
They use minimal CGI. They say for that movie.
Yeah.
So that's fucking.
The planes are CGI, or the planes are computer but they're not real. But but the miniatures that are getting blown up.
That's cool as hell.
Yeah, it's really cool, and it works well in the movie.
It's good.
And
what do you think about the aliens or like the protocol to like the government's response to them showing up, anything like this? Is there any sort of realism in this, in your opinion, Doc?
Let's
start with the response the government has or the world has. Is that even realistic? That like,
I wouldn't say that based on today's information. No.
Copy. Yeah, it would. This is outdated.
Yeah,
obviously.
this is outdated, and if it's true that we're in contact, that whole scenario wouldn't even take place.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? It's,
they wouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just weird. It's one of those situations where like even when I was looking at the crafts and when the planes flying up to them, and like you said, I'm like, this isn't.
Yeah.
I'm like, this isn't how, when you hear about how the pilots now say that they jam their radar and
they were more like
they're so far advanced, and it seemed like they wouldn't even been able to get close to the mothership.
Right. Yeah. Even with the shield down, it's like, oh, we just jam your radar and
radar and then disrupt their whole electronic system in the jet and have it crash.
That's what they say about Bermuda Triangle, of like why planes disappear. Maybe there's an alien base. That's a conspiracy, but I
like the Randy Quaid. I think like this is how good this movie is. We get introduced to him as someone who's like crazy.
Yep.
And they bring up like probing, like we've talked about.
Yeah.
And then in a moment of poetic justice, he himself becomes the probe.
Yeah, absolutely.
And,
redemption.
Yeah.
He goes up yours.
Yeah. He probes the aliens. And I'm like, holy shit, to like have an A like completely turning to the B at the end and like close that loop. That is just perfect writing.
Absolutely. I didn't even make that connection. That's a great point.
That was there.
I just thought of it right now.
No, but great point of, it's like
crazy.
What a redemption of a guy that's like, everyone thinks he's crazy. He's an alcoholic. He's crop dusting the wrong fields. Like, he's just a complete fuck up. Yeah. And what I was thinking is Doc, like, if somebody were abducted by aliens, right? Do you think, like, it almost seems like any case that I hear is that there's like time, like the time gets distorted, they get little glimpses, whatever, but Russ seems like fully aware and he's fucked up from it. Right. Do you think, I would think that the extraterrestrials, if they're experimenting on humans or bringing them up or whatever, that they would kind of fuck with your mind a little bit or whatever, kind of block some of those memories a little bit. So you have to go up to under hypnosis or something to actually access them, but it wouldn't be like, I'm aware and I'm getting something shoved up my ass from an alien. Like, you would just be in this weird
That would happen if
state.
Like Harvey Weinstein did that to you. You'd block it. Like
repress it, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe the aliens don't let you repress it, and that's why he's so aware.
Or what if the aliens are like into some cuckold shit? And they're like sitting there and then
fucking your wife.
Watching them get busy with each other. Yeah, that won't time about.
Yeah. You ever type in hot wife into Pornhub?
Hot wife?
Have you heard of the term hot wife?
What is that?
A hot wife is a girl, like the wife who likes to be fucked by other men in front of her husband.
Really?
That term specifically.
It's called a hot wife.
Ain't that what a cuckold?
Yeah, but it's a different term of
the cuckold would be the man. The hot wife would be the woman.
Well, I guess I don't know nothing about this.
I'm serious
because I'm just trying to.
I'm serious. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Damn, you're a professional on this shit.
I mean, I know the term. I'm not a professional.
Aliens are just cuckolding.
Oh, you want to hear something? At the W Hotel in Hollywood years ago.
Oh no.
God.
Here we go. All right, let's wrap in.
I went into the room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did I answer a Craigslist ad? Sure.
Right. Okay.
You did?
It was like it was like
Go on.
hot couple looking for a third.
Okay.
And I was like, let's see what happens. So
Holy shit.
So I go, it's to the W. Is it Sunset and Vine before those apartments were even built?
Yeah.
So like all that, like all those apartments was a big parking lot. So I park my motorcycle back there. I walk around to the W and I go to the room and there's like Coke everywhere. And it's like, and it's the reality sets in. It's a husband and wife, a man and a woman. Yep. And the man's like, I would love for you to like, you know, make love to my wife and I'll just be here. And she's like, he may join if he wants, you know, you have to be okay with that. And then I said, I got to go to the bathroom and I left.
That's for real? Wait, this is real?
Yeah.
But hold on. Were they a hot couple?
They were not a hot
couple. Oh, okay. All right. Well, there you go. All right.
Yeah, it wasn't like Brangelina, you know.
That happened to me at the Comedy Store back door. Yeah, I'm fucking sitting on a stool at the back door. And so...
Oh, like by how you enter the OR and belly room if you're a fan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the back door.
By the lot.
Yeah,
okay.
By the lot. So I'm sitting on the stool and I see the lady and she comes down the steps and then the guy goes into
the
back
belly room?
No, from the OR.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she come down a few steps. They come down the steps, so she waits, and then she walks over to me. And she just starts rubbing on me. She said, "You
sexy
cute,
little
Bubba."
thing.
Yeah, and I was like, and then I looked at her, not good looking, but
it was
smash.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like
when you see a headshot of Leslie Jones, and then you see this woman, you're like, oh, she's hot.
Yeah. So I was like, so she kept touching on me. She was like, let's go over to, we got a room over to the hotel. And I was like, yo, I said, your husband is in the bathroom. And as I'm saying it, he comes out the bathroom
right now.
And then she goes, no, it's okay. You can go with us. We got a room up in the penthouse and at the Andaz.
Oh, it's always the Andaz.
Yeah. And then I was like, what? And I go, what do you mean? And then he was like, yeah, we'll just all have a good time. And I was like, no, there's no we, dog. I was like, fuck out of here. It was like, and they were so serious. And then they like, held hands and they walked up a few more feet and they turned around as if and look at me like, are you sure? I was like, yeah, bitch. Like, I'm like, are you fucking? And then the guy was like, come on. And I was like, that's even worse, Playboy. I was like, I'm not fucking.
She should be saying, come on.
But it's funny because then I find out that they do a lot of swinger parties at the Andaz. They used to. Back then it was the Hyatt.
Oh, so, I know.
Yeah. Oh, you know about that?
I know. I was there when it was the Hyatt.
Yeah. So I was just shocked. Because you don't.
It's a weird.
It's Hollywood. Hollywood, y'all. All kind of shit pop off in that motherfucker for real. You don't know. You just, especially the Comedy Store back then, from the fucking
I'm glad you
stories.
say that about Hollywood because I'll tell these stories on podcasts and people will be like, oh, like Carlos is weird. Carlos is like all these things. And I'm like, dude, if you lived in Los Angeles and you were in the comedy scene, like, this would be your life too.
They don't get it.
You would be in fucked up, weird situations. And honestly, at some point, you kind of start to like them because they're so weird.
And I like that you're open about it. I like hearing your story.
Well, you have to be open. I don't want to be ashamed, but like, I just feel like I like the adventures that I'm presented with. And I liked them a lot more in my 20s, you know, but like,
nah, I stayed clear for all that shit. I just, all I want to do is perform. I ain't want no weird shit.
Oh, man.
Always, hey, Doc, you want fuck that. Just
Doc.
on the stage.
Oh, my God.
I just couldn't. I've never, after hearing all the stories and being the type of dude I am, I'm not a weird dude like that.
I guess I'm weird.
Yeah. You gotta be.
Listen what you just said. Craigslist. Are you fucking kidding me? As soon as you said that, I go, who the fuck does? Then I go, oh, wait. That's every time, not just you. It's a bunch of comics.
It's got to be on brand. It's got to be on brand.
Wild ass shit happening, and I just sit there and I just listen to the stories, ping pong back and forth. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
I think it becomes addictive after a while. Like, oh, I say yes to all these insane things because they're so fun.
It's like a frat party on steroids for y'all.
I mean, I think it's like a frat party if the frat was like everyone's older and has like more money. So there's like,
oh yeah.
So it's even worse. It's like you're not a college kid.
Yeah.
Like,
And they're in control.
Yeah, it's even crazier.
And it's the weirdest thing because you got the same dudes hanging with the broke comics that are cool, and everybody's just partying together and doing. It's just so crazy, the stories. I was like, God damn.
Do you think this is the reason why aliens would come and destroy us all? And be like, these motherfuckers are doing. They're just constantly doing weird shit.
What if they do the same shit on their planet?
Oh, they got to.
Yeah.
Fucking we just write them off as just this boring so-called intelligent species. They just all of a sudden, we just mapped it, and they really behind closed doors is fucking snorting and shit.
Yeah, speeding everything on.
They probably come here for our cocaine, meet up with Pablo a few times back in the day. Hey, let us get some of that premium.
But you did
Columbia.
say that if we had aliens come here, we'd get like the scientists or like the military people. We wouldn't get like the Doc, Pete, and Carl.
I wouldn't get the scientist people involved until the military clears everything. Well, the scientists are the military. Military is
like an
collective
Avatar.
Intelligence. So it's
maybe it's like Avatar where it's like there's a little rivalry, but they're all kind of in it together. Like the scientists are like, be nice to the humans, and the military is like, fuck them. Avatar style.
Yeah. Connecting tails and Yeah, sure.
I guess.
Or like telepathy, they could just go like, they just look at you like this and all of a sudden you're coming.
Oh,
God,
that would be
so
the
fun.
worst. Fucking just you just sitting there and they could just.
That's
With
the
their
good
mind?
thing.
But busting a nut in the middle of your speech or some shit like that.
That'd be
that's
so
just,
funny.
Oh my God, man.
Yeah, Bill Pullum's giving his speech to everyone on the megaphone. He's like, oh.
They did that shit to our president. You can imagine Biden.
We embarrassed your president.
Good.
They're not here to
Biden
destroy.
was out.
I don't think Biden can come.
Fucking.
Hunter Biden was out last night, by the way. I think it was at Dantana in West Hollywood. So weird. He looks terrible.
Oh yeah.
Hunter, yeah, he looks like
Dude was like 80.
Hunter.
Oh, I thought.
Hunter,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, Hunter. Like he looks like shit. He looks like he has AIDS or something. Can we even say that on YouTube? I mean, I say that in like he's ultra skinny, like in a bad way.
Partying. I mean, fucking.
He's making a movie right now or a series with Sean Penn out in Malibu.
Really?
Yeah, I saw like a paparazzi picture of them two hanging.
So he's acting?
No, I think it's like a documentary or something.
Oh,
Man.
okay.
What-
Sean Penn.
Sean Penn.
Yeah,
Another good actor who's been quiet over the years.
because he's gotten involved in other things.
Right.
Yeah, I forget who. I think he went and talked to El Chapo, remember?
Yeah, that's how Chapo supposedly got caught.
Sean Penn did?
Yeah.
That's...
He did an interview.
Oh, that's how he got caught?
Yeah.
Sean Penn talking.
Did Sean Penn rat him out to the CIA?
I didn't rat him out, but it's like
Look,
a...
I would never have ratted out El Chapo.
I hate celebrities getting involved. Sean Penn going to El Chapo is like Dennis Rodman going to North Korea. It's like, what the fuck?
Fuck are you
What
gonna
are you
do?
doing?
But I have input.
What?
If I was that famous, I would want to be involved.
Yeah, but
It'd be funny. If I was as famous as Sean Penn, I'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna go see what's up to El Chapo. Or like I would go to like Dubai and be like, let me see those princes. You know what I mean? I'd want to meet cool people, like crazy people.
But Dubai is different from Chapo.
Yeah, but I feel like there's a lot of like crazy like crime in Dubai and like shady stuff. Like
Of course.
they have like cool like private zoos and stuff. You can get like monkeys and stuff.
That's why I hate when people be like shitting on the United States, and I be like any other country is gonna be better. It's fucking crime everywhere. I'm quite sure in India they fucking be getting it in. Tibet with the monks, and they fucking got some weird shit popping
yeah.
on.
oh, India just what? Don't they like cut off kids' arms and stuff to
In
like
India?
go and like
Like in Blood Diamond?
no, like to like beg on the streets or do like I'm talking
like
about
in Slumdog.
Slumdog,
You're
right?
just saying the plot of Slumdog.
I am. That's completely ignorant.
Like you.
But I'm gonna leave it in. That's okay.
Hilarious.
That should be punishment here. We cut off your arm.
Fuck.
Yeah, I'm really.
That'd be pretty cool.
I live my life in movies. That's it. I can't help myself.
Well, didn't they pass a law to castrate?
Yeah.
In one of the states, what was it?
Maybe Louisiana or something. I just saw that too.
So that's interesting.
But I thought they could do that.
Sick motherfucker.
I mean, I don't want to say the.
You know what they should do though? You guys ever
words, so we don't have to edit
you guys ever see Sympathy for Lady Vengeance? It's part of the Old Boy trilogy. So there's Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, Old Boy, and then Sympathy for Lady Vengeance. What happens in Sympathy for Lady Vengeance is the parents get this. I forget. I think it's a killer or somebody of their kids, whatever, and the parents get to deal the punishment out.
Oh,
to this, and I'm like, if that were me, it's like, give that motherfucker to the parents and let the parents. That's true justice.
I think
if somebody were to fuck with my kids,
they would all die.
I'm going. No, I know, but I'm going fucking nuts. Like,
but
I don't want any court system. I want to deal with it.
You can if you feel like you have an issue, can't you castrate your? Oh, the castration law was that the government would do it. That's what it was. So that's what was in the news. Because before the government wouldn't do it, but you could do it voluntarily. Before, if you knew you had a problem and you didn't want to like.
Oh wait, it's a wait. So it's somebody like
your own dick off anyway.
Oh, you go to a fucking doctor and have yourself castrated. Like if you were like, I have a fucking problem.
Or you can't just.
I don't want to go to jail for life.
Oh, so it's a preventative thing for a person that wants. Oh, I thought this was like a punishment thing.
No. It's
don't get me started with with punishment for people who fuck with kids.
I think the castration that we're talking about is like an option. Like if you get a DUI, you can go to AA. It's like this. If you get in trouble, you can get castrated.
Oh, okay. God, I don't know how we get on these topics. It got me really fired up for some reason.
You know what's funny too in Alien is the downtown scene when the fucking ship starts opening up and then you hear like one of the women say, "So pretty." I'm like, who the fuck does that?
Oh, the people holding the signs?
Yeah,
they were just
not
like
the signs. It's just the
one
thing start opening up and then some lady says
on the street,
"It's so pretty."
It's just some LA bitches.
It's just it's so fucking unrealistic. I say, who the fuck? Soon as I see anything, I'm fucking gone. You know what I mean?
No, I know.
They were strippers. They were like the OnlyFans girls. We know so many. If all the OnlyFans girls I knew were like watching aliens, they'd be like,
Do you know what else was really funny? That news report where they're saying people in LA don't fire your guns at the spaceship because it can start interstellar war. They have to tell people. The LAPD says, do not fire your weapons at these things because there's everyone in LA like, I'm gonna fucking take it down.
That reminds me, you know how like when the ship is like how you say the shadow of the ship is cascading over down onto the
wouldn't that make it completely nighttime too?
Well, here's what's funny about that is like when you hear about the like people, some of the witnesses from the Phoenix Lights of '97, and then the Texas Stevensville incident, where the one guy Randy Sorrells, it was the same situation where he said he was going to, he said when the ship flew over, he said no matter where he looked in any direction, he couldn't see the sky. He said that's how massive the ship was.
Whoa, dude!
And then he said he said he went and looked through his scope first to get a closer look. Yeah. And he said he started to shoot. And then he said the same thing. He didn't want to like start. He didn't know what would happen if he shoot because he saw something in there. And then later on, it was revealed on Steven Spielberg's Encounters on Netflix, that one of the guys revealed that he actually supposedly saw a praying mantis species.
Whoa.
Yeah, so imagine him trying to shoot that shit. I thought, what the fuck? But that's crazy.
That's a good idea, though. Laser pointer.
Like a fucking...
laser pointer.
Yeah, like
where is it? Right.
Yeah. That scenario is kind of like Godzilla -1. Have you guys seen that?
So good.
Where the guy doesn't want to shoot because he's like, I don't think I should shoot.
I would not try to not stab. I mean, if you're trying to fight me, I'm gonna go for it.
One punch, Will Smith.
I ain't trying to. I'm gonna try to talk to him, maybe give him some crackers or something.
Crackers?
I don't know, something to eat. Like, you know what I mean, man? Hold up, man. I got some fucking bologna here. Some kind of peace offering.
You feed him?
Yeah, because if you see me being like peaceful, he's like, you know what? I like this little black motherfucker. And then he's, next thing you know, I'm.
God, if I'm
out with him, you know what I'm saying?
I think I'd be like, oh, what up? To the alien, I'd be like, hey, what up? And I'd do a fist bump and then I'd run. That's what I would do.
That's what you would do?
Yeah, I'd act nice and then run.
What if they fucking just grab you?
Then I have the coolest death of all time. That's
so they don't necessarily kill you.
I'd be so afraid of a fucking alien. I'd be so afraid.
You would? Hell yeah. Even when I think about it, I'll be like when I saw that Steven Spielberg, because what's funny is I actually saw that Stevensville interview on CNN. I saw the interview of that. And he didn't reveal what he actually saw. He just talked about him with the rifle, what he did. And then when I watched Encounters on Netflix.
That's when he talks about praying mantis?
Yeah, but it wasn't him though, because he wouldn't participate in Steven Spielberg's. So they interviewed one of the police officers and some other townspeople who saw the vehicle. And that guy, one of the guys in there revealed that disclosed to him that he saw a praying mantis. And when he said it, I go, what the fuck? I was scared the shit out of him because I was like, no, I saw the interview on CNN. That's not what he said. He just said he was going to try to shoot, but he didn't say there was a fucking...
Remember what I sent you this week? I sent Doc this hole on Mars that was discovered. It's like a square hole, looks like a construction site on Mars. And it could... give food for thought for the theory that we have a base there.
Is that what it was? Because I thought they were saying that the idea of wanting to build a base there. I thought that's what he said.
No, well, you say there's already a base there, so I was like, oh, are we seeing something about the base? And they're just talking nonsense.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Because that's what that's what Hayem Mashed said, the ex-space chief.
It's already there
in that article. He said they inside the base, inside Mars, and I'm like. So when you sent me that, I go, what the fuck? They already in this.
Yeah, I think it's
So that's the thing too. It's like this movie is kind of like, hey, aliens have arrived versus somebody like Robert Bigelow, which we were talking a little bit before of like, Robert Bigelow is this, billionaire aerospace guy that has, a lot of government contracts, has a lot of data. And I saw this interview with James Fox, who does a lot of UFO documentaries, and that Robert Bigelow sat down with James Fox and said, "Oh no, they're walking amongst us. They're already here," which is absolutely terrifying that they're just here already. I don't know if
that is terrifying.
Screenshot it. Let me read the title of the article. It feels almost
peaceful to me. If they're already here, not causing trouble.
That's the New York Post.
Aliens might be living among us disguised as humans or in a base inside the moon, according to new Harvard study.
See, that's creepy.
It is.
You don't just be fucking walking around here.
It kind of calms me down, honestly, Doc, because if they're here not causing trouble, it's like, what's the issue?
Well, it reminds you though of that. Remember the doc we was talking about the other day about them may have been he may have sent sound waves to scare off the guys in Vegas with the alien we was talking about.
Oh yeah.
Then that same document on the Pentagon site, it speaks of unaccounted for pregnancies.
What you talked about Bad Friends as well. I remember.
Yeah, I remember talking about. Okay, so my question would be
Virgin Mary.
Yeah, so I said, wait a minute. When were these pregnancies, and how far back were they, and are they grown now? And maybe those are some of the ones that's amongst
cool
us. Who would be an alien who disguised as a human here? Anybody that's
It'd be Doc.
Bob Lazar.
Bob Lazar?
Yeah, I would say Bob Lazar. His story too fucking weird. It's like none of his records he don't have no records of him working. He said the government wiped out all his records, right? Then he says,
which they don't just do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's like
there's no
I get
records.
raided all the time. And I'm like, you get raided all the time, or are you getting that. How they raid and then once everything's clear, they're like, all right, everything's clear. And then they give him 5, good job, Bob, sit down. Let's go over this. Last interview, you done fucked up. Here's what you said on here. Go back and they give him a refresher course every time he gets raided. It ain't no fucking raid. You just getting visited, you motherfucker.
He also seems really calm for getting raided all the time. He's really calm and collected about it.
Up.
Yeah.
He's got his emotions in check. He's like, I'm being human.
But if it was a scenario like that, right? Because that's kind of similar to Arrival, right? With the Arrival they didn't attack.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. How would y'all handle that? Because they didn't. Their goal was to attack all the major cities, which would have been us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's them, swinging dick, right? Like, hey, we're hitting you hard, we're punching you in the face, essentially, and here we are.
You know why you couldn't even leave in reality? The 10 would be blocked off. The 5 would be crazy. There'd be mass chaos. It would be like the beginnings of 2020 times a million. It'd be a disaster.
I'm on the streets. I'm bending blocks trying to get further away.
I really don't think I realistically don't think like leaving LA is an option. We're too blocked off. Like one side is the fucking ocean, and also the airlines. Your tickets would all of a sudden cost $5,000.
What would they destroy here, though? What do we have that's such a besides the Camp Pendleton military base? What do we have?
Yeah, but in Independence Day, they're like going over major populations because that's the other thing is like I don't see why LA would ever be a target for aliens.
I think just population wise, they're going to the major cities.
But in reality, all the stuff that I've read and heard is they go for like nuclear arsenals, and also that's like in war games. That's where
the decision
that's the first attack in all war games is like
right. But what Roland Emmerich, I think is the director's name.
Yeah.
What he wanted to do is he was so like any other alien movie was just kind of this localized kind of like out in the field sort of thing. He wanted to have this presence of they're in all these major cities kind of thing of like big time invasion. He also directed Stargate. Have you seen Stargate?
I love Stargate.
Universal Soldier, which actually Taylor was talking about with Andres when they were reviewing a Racer. I think they were here.
Oh yeah, that's right. Did he make? Did he do the Scientology movie Battleship Earth?
No, he did. He did a Day After Tomorrow, 2012.
Yeah, great movie.
Godzilla.
I didn't like 2012.
Godzilla, like all these disaster movies.
Yeah. What's wrong with this fucking guy?
He's
fucking cynical.
German motherfucker.
He's from Germany.
Yeah.
He made The Patriot as well.
Patriot. Thank you, Gen Z Skeleton. The Patriot.
Oh, that's
another one.
I never saw The Patriot.
I like The Patriot.
No, I can't see something with like the colonial hat.
And
like,
Mel Gibson.
See colonial hats. Like that's so boring to me.
Yeah.
I need cowboy
White House
hats.
Down as well.
White House Down. Thank you, Gen Z Skeleton.
What do you say?
White House Down.
Oh,
so a lot of
that
these
movie.
like disaster kind of like big budget movies. And talking about big budget, like this was $75 million, pretty decent sized budget for 96, made 300 million, so huge box office success.
Yeah.
To the point where Mars Attacks was actually going to be released in that summer, but they pushed it to Christmas because this movie was so big. And then actually Steven Spielberg put off doing War of the Worlds a little bit because of the impact of this movie. War of the Worlds was
I didn't like it.
Decent. It was okay. I mean, look, compared to Close Encounters of the Third Kind, like it ain't shit.
Yeah, I just didn't love it. I just wasn't. I watched it on TV.
Yeah, it's
in my room.
It does have those, Steven Spielberg like tension. Like Steven Spielberg is a master at developing tension, right?
Yeah.
In a movie, so it has his signatures on it. But I thought it was still good.
Maybe I should rewatch it then. So I haven't seen it in a long time.
I just remember Tom Cruise putting on a Yankees hat there in New York, and then the son puts on a Boston Red Sox. He's like, "Oh, okay, all right," and they're playing catch. Oh, I see. Like, and I just remember that's like so fucking corny.
Yeah,
I fucking hated that so much. Like there's a tension between dad and son.
Yeah,
that they're developing, and it's
that's
like,
so Spielberg though. Like, let's talk about Saving Private Ryan. I need to bring this up.
Okay, all right.
You know what I don't like?
Yeah,
like. After the D-Day scene, and they do that shot where they pull up on the brother dead on the beach.
Oh, yeah.
Right, that says Ryan. Yeah.
I hate like the drums, like the American music and all that stuff, and it's like Ryan is dead. I don't like stuff like that. Like I don't like pulling on heartstrings, but like where the director is putting the strings in front of my face and he's saying they're here. Like
they're reading the Lincoln speech.
I don't like stuff like that.
And they're all just like, oh yeah.
I hate the beginning too, like with like the old family, like the family going to the graves and Saving Private Ryan. Yeah. I'm like, who cares? By the way, if I was a kid, if I was a kid and like my grandpa fought in World War II, I'd be like, I so don't care. I want to play Game Boy.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
I'd be like, we're in France? Fuck.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Yeah. Are they in France? Like, who the fuck wants to go to France when you're a kid?
And I actually you see that kid in the background. I'm like, how's that kid not throwing a tantrum by now? Like, what the fuck are we doing? We've been here for 5 hours.
I think there's a hot daughter in it. I think one of the.
Well, he has hot daughters. Remember when fucking Tom Hanks says, earn it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he did.
He did. He earned it.
He earned it several times over.
We don't talk about saving
Made some hot daughters.
It's so good though.
And then needs Tom Hanks' ghost going, yeah.
Oh yeah, like he pretends it's like a traumatizing war thing, but every time he has sex, he fist bumps Tom Hanks.
yeah, like it's
like, oh, my hand's just messed up from the war, baby. Rock on.
So
maybe it's the like
it's so
it's
dumb,
how Tom
man.
Hanks's hand was like this.
Yeah.
Matt Damon's like, oh, I have it too.
Oh man, so let's whine about it, you guys.
Oh yeah, let's.
We have our creature from the Black Lagoon here, giving us our wine. He washed up on our island. Thank you, sir.
Of course.
Are you a figment of our imagination? Are we just like
He is.
Are we just like
Actually,
thirsty
Pete, I
and
wanted to tell you.
dehydrated?
Pete, I have something really fucked up to tell you.
Okay, here we go. I'm glad I have the wine. Let's go.
I ordered a machine from Amazon. It's fucking so cool. It takes your dreams and it takes your fantasies and it 3D prints them. And you can't lie. You can't lie. So whatever you dream about or fantasize about, it 3D prints it in the morning. And I think I was thinking about like a young boy all night, like a handsome, like in shape boy. And in the morning, we had 3D printed Ryan. So I think I was dreaming of Ryan all night. And the machine 3D printed him, and that's who gave us our wine. So weird.
What the fuck
just happened?
is going on?
What?
It was a machine that 3D prints your fantasies. It reads your brain and scans it all night. And all night I was thinking about a young boy. And so when I woke up, I had a young boy next to me.
You know, I can barely handle conscious Carlos, but subconscious Carlos is a iceberg I don't want to go and visit.
That shit is fucking
That is-
cobwebs and horror.
Oh my God. Imagine if it's The Cell and you go into Carlos's mind.
I thought, you know what? I thought a machine that 3D prints is a funny joke.
I liked it. No,
Well, I mean, it is.
I did
it is
like
a
it.
machine that does that.
Yeah, a 3D prints your fantasies, though.
No, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm thankful to be dead.
Thank you, Gen Z skeleton. I'm glad you're dead too, but sort of. You're kind of in this limbo.
Yeah, it actually means it's actually worse that you're not in heaven or hell. If you're in limbo, that means you did fucked up stuff.
Yeah. Let's whine about it. What do you have to whine about Independence Day, Carlos?
My whine about it, I would say, Can we go to,
There's a lot.
Can we go to
There's
Doc
a lot.
first?
Doc, what do you have to whine about this movie? So, alien invasion,
The
right?
New York scene didn't have enough blacks and Latinos. And then I got kind of mad when that one black girl was still looking up at the ship. I was like, bitch, you know we don't do that. Run! We don't stand there. Man, we have a rule. Soon as shit pop off that ain't comfortable, we out. We don't, I don't mean call her bitch. I want y'all on there and Doc on there. She's make-believe, motherfuckers.
Doc.
I gotta let them know.
You gotta let them know.
I actually think, you know what? I think it's a good thing there were not as many Latinos and black people because they didn't want to show them dying. That's what I'm glad. Yeah. There we go, brother.
So,
Love is there, Carlos.
Yeah. See, I got you, Doc.
Yeah, America's trying to be different.
it's a. My wine is when Jeff Goldblum, and this I definitely remember this from the first time I saw it, but he's on that. Remember when he's smashing things and he's drinking and he's all pissed off, like it's going to be the end of the world, right? And he's sitting on the floor, and the Judd Hirsch comes up to him and says, get off the floor. You're gonna catch a cold. And he goes, what did you say? Like, it's just such such a like, oh wait, no, not that. No, what was that? What was that thing you said before? Like, I just, that trope, that and Vivica A. Fox.
Well done.
They got to stop doing this in movies. Vivica A. Fox finding the keys in the visor. I'm so
90s thing though.
No, but they did that
always.
in Breaking Bad. Walter White finds key.
It's always
Who's leaving their keys in the visor?
Isn't it like
Yeah, we're good. Yeah,
AAA
yeah, I'm out of
people
here.
do.
What?
Like AAA guys too. Actually, they don't. They put it on the.
Is that an actual thing that people used to do back
I think
then?
so.
With the keys in the visor?
It must have been, right?
It had to be, because I'm like, why do they have this in so many different movies?
Yeah.
So weird.
Just to solve the story problem, I bet.
Well, they have to move the story forward. She has to get back, right? She gets the car.
Now you don't need keys. You can be like the Kia Boys. Have you heard of the Kia Boys? Oh, it's BOYZ. It's like a movement on TikTok of these like teenage criminals who go around stealing Kias. It's like really big on TikTok.
Like a gang or something?
Yeah, I watched a Channel 5 documentary about it. Yeah, it's basically like a gang that's all over America, but it's more funny because they're like videotaping themselves doing it. But the Kias are really easy to steal. They're like, you can steal them with like a USB cord. Apparently, you can hotwire them.
Even the gangs are going viral now. Like they're trending. There's a
I want to
trend.
be a Kia boy. I want to do it one night.
Yeah.
Yeah, you steal a Kia and then you just leave it somewhere.
Oh, so you just
I got to make sure they're not cool though. I don't want to take it from like a family. I got to make sure it's like some like hipster idiot or something. Like
right. Somebody that deserves it.
If it was some kid in Silver Lake, I'm gonna steal his Kia.
Yeah, absolutely.
If your Kia is stolen, I didn't do it, but I did.
Yeah. Carlos, what's your wine?
My wine is some of the effects. To be specific, when the dog gets saved in the tunnel.
The worst.
But it's like, it's so bad that you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm like, yo, like you couldn't have just done a remaster really quick and like released it like on the 25-year anniversary or something like that, or the 20-year anniversary. Like I just wish, like, you know, like the Last of Us video game, they like update it, you know, for PS5 and stuff. I'm like 32%.
That kind of bothered me too. It was like,
Well, that's my wine about it though.
right?
Yeah.
You got this inferno coming through a tunnel, and it just bypasses the door. I'm like, what the fuck? It's supposed to get the dog and the chick and the
It's
fucking
chasing
kid.
oxygen, right?
Yeah.
So it goes
Yeah,
where
it's
there's
like the door is
oxygen.
fucking open.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be fried fucking.
No,
Yeah.
man.
As Boomer leaps.
Yeah,
into
and
the
it was
door.
It's like, technically, it's like, oh, no, we opened a door into space. There's no oxygen. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? So I just kind of, I'm glad you brought that up, because I was like, fucking mother.
There are times where like, and there's one more moment I didn't like where it's very obvious it's a model. And it's where when Jeff Goldblum says, I gotta see it, to see the aliens when they first get there, and he goes on the roof. And if you look, it's like he's like facing Central Park. Like the other he's so big, and the other buildings are like kind of his size
okay.
too.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's like one that didn't age well. Like
Yeah.
I thought that for like 20 years too. So I mean, those are two chill wine about it, because I fucking love this movie. Like I said, I love disaster movies. I love like nights together, we're all in it together kind of stuff. I think it's fun.
What was really fun was Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum together. They had a chemistry.
I mean, Jewish and
screen.
black, obviously.
Yeah. And you know what? They improv'd a lot of lines together too.
Oh,
which
really?
Which is great.
I'm sure the director
He
loved that.
improv the bunch.
Yeah.
Because he had it was said that Jeff was constantly improv.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's that type where
So he not only looks like Rick
He's
Glassman, but he
Meryl
was
Streep
annoying like him too. Rick just got a dog, by the way. He's got like a Chihuahua. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
Rick Glassman.
Oh, Glassman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If the reboot of this movie could be Rick Glassman as
It'd be Rick Glassman and
Holy
Jamar.
shit.
and Jamar.
Hilarious.
Jamar's jacked.
Jamar is
He
that.
ain't Will Smith. You got
No, but that
maybe
Will
Willie
Smith.
Hunter.
Willie Hunter. Willie Hunter's a writer, old comic from the store. He's great.
Fucking.
Auburn fan. Yeah, that's my wine about it. Just and like I said, there's not a lot because I love this movie.
There's a lot of nostalgia involved in this movie for sure.
But I don't think the nostalgia makes it good. I think it's already good. I would argue that at least.
It is. You know what? Watching it again, because like it's so impactful. Watching it in the '90s as a kid, you're like, whoa! Like that. The White House blowing up, such an iconic explosion, and the thing from any movie, right? Of just
It should be on the thumbnail.
it. We will.
Of the yeah.
We'll put it there.
Okay. Thumbnails.
But it's such a iconic movie. You know, you get introduced to Will Smith as a this big blockbuster movie for the first time.
It's a blockbuster.
It's a blockbuster. Yeah.
Oh, that's a new term. Leading man's black makes over $100 million. Blockbuster.
Yeah. What are the best blockbusters of all time?
That and Bowfinger.
Bowfinger's fucking classic.
It's
I love
so
that shit.
good.
Him, Martin,
It's one of the best
Steve
movies.
Martin, fuck.
Wait, Doc, are you going to see Bad Boys 4?
I might, because it's only like 2 hours long. So
Yeah.
Oh, it is? Oh,
yeah,
that's
it's like
good.
2 hours and 20 minutes, I think.
Oh, that's not bad.
I saw the first 2. I didn't see 3 or 4.
Yeah, I saw the first 2. And
I didn't
after
see
the second
3.
One, the second one was so long, I got mad. I was like, I'm never watching this shit.
I liked 4 a lot. So it was
Did you see it? Yeah.
at the Dome. There was no one there.
Did you see Will Smith coming out with the fans after there's some sort of like a clip of Will
No.
Smith. He's in
Wait, is 4 the one that's out?
4 is the one that's
Oh,
out.
I saw 3 alone.
3,
I haven't
okay.
seen 4
But there's
yet.
a clip that's out that I saw of like Will Smith was in the theater watching with everyone. Then he comes out and everyone's like, "Oh, it's
that
Will!"
was
and
actually
he's
at
like,
Baldwin Hills.
Oh, it was? Yeah,
Yeah.
he was going around LA.
"Of
That's
course,
like an old school thing to do, where
It's-
the actors go to movies. It's like, I haven't seen that in like
But come on.
10 years.
come on, designed to bring Will Smith into that kind of friendly."
I heard there's a
kind of,
slap joke in it too.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I
Really?
heard? Yeah.
What is your guys' favorite scene in this movie?
You know what? I really like the idea of deceiving the aliens with their own technology. That was kind of a brilliant part for the movie for me. I was
Yeah,
like,
that's cool.
That's kind of cool. They had this ship that crashed before. They figured it out.
Yep.
Will flew it with no training. Whatever. But I like that idea. That was like a really clever idea of the movie to me.
It is funny. You need training to drive a Hyundai when you're 16.
Yeah, this guy just was like, you know what? This come from what fucking civilization? Yeah, I can do it.
It defies physics. I got it.
Yeah, because even like when you hear, like, I was watching this physicist talk about Bob Lazar from Harvard. His name is Rudy Shaw's. And he was describing how he thinks the ships are flown. And I'm just like, who the fuck would even know? Because he said that, because Bob was saying that it didn't have, first of all, it didn't have any wires or anything.
Yeah.
And he said all you do is put your hands down and you can just move it.
And it's from some sort of element, a heavy element, heavier than plutonium. Or
It's not on our.
that's not on our
Periodic
table.
Element 115.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that one of the most famous things that came out of all of Bob Lazar's talks was Element 115?
Yeah, but that's
That's
like
That's something, I thought that was like a very famous thing that like kind of proved everything, was like he had proof of like another element.
he didn't prove it, he just spoke on it.
But I didn't think he proved it, but I know he had like experience with it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like that's insane.
Yeah, that is it's one of those situations where
Wouldn't all those guys be dead from radioactivity? Like, wouldn't they be exposed to so much?
No, because you're thinking of our technology versus theirs. Theirs is a whole nother thing. Because back to what this guy Rudy Shaw's was saying, he said that what he believes is like the dome that everybody be talking about, that big crystal dome and all that. And then he said it's these amplifiers in front of each pilot's seat when people say they've been aboard on it and seen the control center. He said that he believes that those amplifiers tap into the pilot's mind.
Yeah.
And they can move the ship, and the ship is going along coherent paths.
With their head, they're like,
yeah, it's just like not like that. It's
I
just
know.
yeah,
They're not a PlayStation.
It can see what's in the mind of the pilot.
Yeah.
It's almost like the ship is
Like neurally.
alive. Yeah, like neurally, and it lets them know where they're going. Probably because of the darkness and the vastness of space, you would probably need some kind of navigation technology.
It's so annoying that it's in your mind. It's like taking you where you really want to go.
Yeah, that's fucking.
He's pulling up to
I
like,
to pull up to McDonald's.
yeah, exactly. This is where you want to go.
Yeah, you
no,
wanna
it's
fucking
not.
burger?
Yes, it is.
Man, why does it always take me to the Bunny Ranch? Why? I'm here every time.
Yeah.
Fucking fuck.
Man, I want Lamar Odom's spaceship every day here.
Yeah, I want to go to Area 51, not the Bunny Ranch. I know it's close by, but yeah. No, that's really interesting. Yeah, it's like this external brain, but it's all within it's like an extension of your brain.
I think it's cool.
I was just like, because they don't have no space gear on. When they're practically out of space when they go up to the mothership, right?
Yeah, and the aliens do. They have this sort of suit.
That's
and that was another thing. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, where's the sun?
You have to complete. Yeah, I think that's something you have to completely.
But then I said, well, if they're oxygen.
Why would there be oxygen on the spaceship?
Man, listen.
Like on the mothership.
We're talking advanced civilization, so they may have technology that they don't even need a suit like that too.
Wait. Actually, I just thought of it. They're on the spaceship the whole time, right? Jeff Goldblum and Will Smith.
Right.
Yeah.
So I know they don't have like shit on, like, but
it would be similar to being inside a space station.
yeah, like it's just the whole time. It is like
yeah.
a little iffy if you think about it too long, because like they exit our atmosphere, which is a rough ride, like with like no helmets on.
But you think, but remember, they're using alien technology. So remember, one of the
Oh, it might be smooth.
Yeah, what is it? The 5 characteristics of the UFOs now that they can do instantaneous acceleration, but not only that, the atmosphere doesn't affect them.
That's crazy.
Right?
So
No.
Pilots say they see them sitting.
It's not like the beginning of Top Gun.
Yeah, standing still with 130 knots wind, which is close to like 150 miles per hour wind,
insane.
and just sitting still in the air, and then they hit the water with no splash. So just imagine what they do when they go out of space. It's nothing's affecting them because it's like they're in some kind of bubble or force field.
But yet Jeff Goldblum still gets sick. Flight sickness.
Yeah.
Right, because they set that up like, oh, why did I agree to do this? Oh.
Yeah. Oh, that's such like a Jewish joke they threw in. If I was Will Smith, I'd be like, God, we had to bring this fucking guy. I couldn't get some guy. I couldn't get a Marine with me. You know, I'd be so annoyed.
You know, but honestly, my favorite scenes my favorite scene is Jeff Goldblum and Will Smith in that spaceship going there trying to defeat the mothership. That was such a memorable scene, right? Of like them closing the and then it opening back up the windows, and they're like, "Oh, hey, quick, hide!" Right? And they fire the rocket, and they're like, "All right, bye." Yeah,
Is it now? What's interesting too is the fact that because they come in contact with the Earth, the mothership does. That ship comes alive. So I'm wondering if that was the indication for the ship, because you would think they would try to communicate with it before it got there. You know what I mean? Like, hey, what? Who's flying this motherfucker? This is unit such and such number, and we've been looking for this motherfucker.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
That happens in Star Wars a lot when like people get into like the other plane or the other jet.
Yeah, identify yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's like an.
They just fly in and they just open up like, come on in. That's Ray's ship.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, didn't Ray and them get killed? Hold on.
Wait, the ship from Roswell? What are you doing back here?
Yeah.
That would be funny. It'd be like, that's an old model.
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute, we updated our shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah, we don't listen to that shit anymore. They hear the music.
Hold up, no they don't, because it's so funny because it's the exact same ships. I'm like, they got the same shit from 20, because they said 1969, right?
Yeah.
When they got those?
Yeah.
That one 50s. That they had? The 50s?
Yeah.
That's what they said. I'm like, damn, they don't update their shit over 40 years? It's like...
No, they need some cyber trucks.
What year was that supposedly based in, that movie? Was it supposed to be the 90s?
The 90s, yeah. Present
So you're talking 40 years. They got the same technology. I was like,
that's whack. Dude. You ever seen a Mercedes from, World War II?
Yeah. Carl's favorite scene from...
Favorite scene is when they're out there on the... Like before Will Smith crashes, that whole dogfight in the air, where Harry Connick Jr. sadly passes away.
Yeah.
I think that's like emotional. Like his best friend dies and like all this stuff. Like I just thought, what a great, it was up there with like Star Wars or Top Gun or something like that in terms of the dogfight. I thought it was so cool.
That was a pet peeve of mine.
What?
That actually was a pet peeve of mine.
The
fight scene.
How come?
Anti-gravity, speed. I'm like, so they only fly because those jets, What they do? 800 miles per hour?
Oh, and, yeah, they can't maneuver.
Yeah. So it was just
I see.
it was kind of like,
there's
so you're making their shit like our shit.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, okay, I got to follow the movie.
Because in reality, Will Smith would never be able to defeat like what is essentially like an X-wing or something from Star Wars.
Yes, it's just
The
like,
thing would just stop out of nowhere and blast him with a laser or something.
yeah, it's just that whole thing with the maneuverability of the vehicle. Because if you pay attention to those vehicles, they had no signs of signatures of propulsion.
Yeah.
So they were anti-gravity. So you're like, wait a minute now, we talking a whole different science here. Well,
Yeah.
we
I
got
wouldn't
this
want
old
that.
prehistoric ass fucking
Be like a toddler
jet
defeating an adult.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I just thought it was fucking cool. Like I said, like his friend dies. That's like crazy, and it's like an emotional scene as they go up there. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the movie has heart.
What was he trying to do? That's what my question.
They were
was,
making-
breaking away.
Well, that was like, I believe the whole point of that scene was to like really just start fighting the aliens. They're like, okay, we tried going to that ship once, it didn't work. Now we're gonna like go attack.
Because he was trying to bank a turn at too much G force, so that was causing him not to breathe. But was he trying?
Oh, I see. I thought you were asking what the mission was.
No. I understand that, but I'm talking about when he was turned. What was he doing? Was he trying to like swoop around?
I think you know what he was trying to do is get the ship off of Will Smith's tail. Like he was like sacrificing himself, which he's in love.
You're
with
right.
Will
I
Smith.
think it's a love story.
It is. I think that was his true love. Like
Maybe it's kind of like anti-gay though. 'Cause it's like the gay guy dies and like straight love wins in the end.
Shit.
love.
They were like,
Stripper
we're not
love.
ready yet.
But the aliens, it's like that's got to be part of the
Stripper love FTW. Yeah. That's the message.
It's all about stripper love.
Stripper love, man.
Yeah, in the end, the guy who hooks up with the stripper and kills aliens wins.
Wins every
Yeah.
time.
What a good
and that's why you should watch Independence Day.
yes.
For that stripper love, for a little bit of homoeroticism, for alien attacks, for Bill Pullman
Yeah.
as the president, captivating president.
Seen America in the 90s.
Yep. The miniatures in this movie, the explosions of those miniatures.
Twin Towers.
Yeah, and what's also
Twin
great
Towers.
too,
Why is it? I feel like every episode we talk about 9/11.
Pete.
Every
When they're playing chess is the Twin Towers.
wait, what?
When they're playing chess at the beginning, the Twin Towers are in the background.
No, they're not.
I could be wrong, but it's before 2001.
I know, but why do we talk about 9/11 every single episode? Can we not? Here's what we do. Let's try not to mention 9/11.
Okay.
I don't never talk about it. I don't.
I know, but let's just try.
I'm sorry for never forgetting. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, no, he wants
Yeah.
to tie it
That's been a
into
great
his
episode.
heart,
Yeah, we'll see you next week.